Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Best Books of 2023 Economics. Airfinity gives decision makers big picture on health. Tech Champions 2023 Winners and Shortlists. The Many Faces of Cinematic Copenhagen. The Legal Entree Waiting for Lachlan Murdoch at Fox. Best Books of 2023 Economics. Financial Times. This article provides a list of recommended books on economics for summer reading. The books cover a wide range of topics including private equity, digital economies, macroeconomic crises, inequality, and the global trading system. One book, Plunder, Private Equity's Plan to Pillage America by Brendan Ballou, argues that private equity profits often come at the expense of the powerless. Another book, Digital Empires, The Global Battle to Regulate Technology by Anu Bradford, explores the contrasting approaches of China, the US, and the EU in regulating the digital economy. Legacy, How to Build the Sustainable Economy by Dieter Helm argues for a transition to a sustainable economy based on the principles of the polluter pays and the precautionary principle. The list also includes books on economic history, such as Seven Crashes, The Economic Crises That Shaped Globalization by Harold James, which analyzes the impact of 7 economic crises on the history of globalization. Overall, the list provides a diverse range of books that cover important economic issues and offer different perspectives on these topics. Airfinity gives decision makers big picture on health. Financial Times. London-based startup Airfinity has been named the winner in the healthcare category of the Financial Times 2023 Tech Champions survey. Airfinity uses analytics and models to track a wide range of data on disease patterns and the pharmaceutical industry. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the company compiled data on the spread of the virus, vaccine programs, and bottlenecks in supply chains. Governments, companies, and nonprofits bought subscriptions to access the data, helping boost the company's revenue by 16,000% between 2019 and 2022. Airfinity's research was also used by AstraZeneca to estimate the impact of its COVID-19 vaccine and monoclonal antibody. However, the company's predictions have not always been accurate, particularly when estimating vaccine uptake. One epidemiologist criticized the company for being overly definitive in its forecasts. Airfinity responded by saying it is transparent about its methodology and assumptions and that even when it is wrong, it can derive insights that are useful to clients and the wider public. Tech Champions 2023 Winners and Shortlists. Financial Times. The Financial Times has released the winners of its Tech Champions survey, which looks at how European businesses have embraced disruptive events and developments, including AI. The winners were selected from shortlisted entries in 9 sectors, including banking, payments and e-commerce, business and professional services, education and training, energy, healthcare, IT and cybersecurity, logistics, manufacturing and construction, and markets and financial services. WorldRemit won in the banking, payments and e-commerce category for its platform that makes it easier for users to transfer money internationally. Too Good To Go won in the business and professional services category for its mobile app service that reduces food waste by allowing retailers to sell discounted produce at the end of the day. Imagi won in the education and training category for its platform that aims to make computer coding fun for children. Reactive Technologies won in the energy category for its technology that measures grid inertia to enable more efficient energy budgeting. Airfinity won in the healthcare category for its health data analytics platform, which uses AI to provide accurate disease spread forecasts. DeepL won in the IT and cybersecurity category for its high-quality translation service. Windracers won in the logistics category for its unmanned aerial vehicles that can deliver up to 100 kilograms to remote places. Kebony won in the manufacturing and construction category for its technology that gives fast-growing softwoods the same durability as tropical hardwoods. Silvera won in the markets and financial services category for its platform that provides ratings and data assessing climate action investments. The Many Faces of Cinematic Copenhagen. Financial Times. Copenhagen has a rich history in movies and television, with many productions set in the Danish capital. Some notable examples include Another Round, 2020, directed by Thomas Vinterberg, Torn Curtain, 1966, and Topaz, 1969, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, Nightwatch, 1994, directed by Ole Borndal, Hans Christian Andersen, 1952, directed by Charles Vidor, A Royal Affair, 2012, directed by Nikolai Arcel, Pusher, 1996, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, Smilla's Feeling for Snow, 1997, directed by Billy August, and The Kingdom, 1994, 1997, 2022, directed by Lars von Trier. These films and TV series showcase different aspects of Copenhagen, from its scenic waterfront areas to its gritty streets and historic landmarks. Visitors to Copenhagen can explore these locations and experience the city through the lens of these productions. The legal entree waiting for Lachlan Murdoch at Fox. Financial Times. Rupert Murdoch is set to hand over control of his media empire, including Fox and News Corp, to his son Lachlan Murdoch, passing on a brand that has faced expensive legal issues. In 2021, Fox paid $787.5 million in a defamation settlement to Dominion, a voting technology company, after false claims of election fraud. The company parted ways with its chief legal officer, Viet Din, and one of its most popular hosts, Tucker Carlson, as a result. Fox now faces further legal challenges related to its coverage of the 2020 election, including a lawsuit from voting machine maker Smartmatic seeking $2.7 billion in damages. Other lawsuits include a case from New York City pension funds and shareholders who claim that Fox left itself exposed to defamation suits, and a case from a former U.S. Marine who claims that Fox broadcasts led conspiracy theorists to threaten him. Carrie Kalyanici, a professor of law and political science at the University of Pennsylvania, said that these cases pose reputational risks and could result in substantial settlements. Imagi sets out to get more girls into coding. Financial Times. Swedish startup Imagi is addressing the gender imbalance in the tech sector with its Imagi Charm, a programmable LED display aimed at children aged 8 to 14. The device is designed to teach programming in Python, rather than using block coding. While Imagi is careful to say that the Imagi Charm is not marketed exclusively to girls, 70% of its user base is female, compared with 12% of those working in cloud computing, and 15% of engineers. Imagine co-founder Dora Palfi argues that the gender gap in tech is a threat to democracy and is a waste of potential talent. The Imagi Charm is an attempt to redress the balance, and offers a fun and creative way to encourage children to learn programming. The device is already being used in Swedish schools, and Imagi is looking to the US for expansion. Silvera aims to bring more rigor to carbon offset market. Financial Times. Silvera, a London-based carbon credit rating company, aims to help buyers compare carbon credits and make more informed purchases. It verifies and investigates the claims made by projects, including measurements of carbon impact, additionality, and permanence. Silvera uses satellite observation data and machine learning algorithms to assess forestry projects, for example, and then posts the rating on its platform. The company has yet to give a project its highest AAA rating. Silvera believes that cutting emissions and buying carbon credits go hand in hand, and estimates that businesses that purchase credits reduce their carbon footprints 12 times faster than those that do not. Carbon credits have been hit by questions about the veracity of projects' claims. An investigation by the Guardian newspaper and Corporate Accountability found that 39 of the top 50 offset projects had serious shortcomings. Rose Atkinson on hunger, hell and hope in 20 years of precarious work. The Guardian. Rose Atkinson, a 33-year-old woman from the UK, has spent almost 20 years working on 0-hours contracts. She has had 35 jobs since she was 14, most of which were on 0-hours contracts. Atkinson, who also has autism and ADHD, has struggled with her mental health throughout her life. Only 29% of autistic people are in employment in the UK, the second lowest proportion for any disability. In the UK, it is estimated that over 1 million people are on 0-hours contracts, with a further 3.6 million in insecure work. The UK labour market is one of the least regulated after the US. Research has found that workers on 0-hours contracts are more likely to report mental health difficulties. Atkinson believes that her mental health issues are related to her precarious employment situation and poverty, stating that she would be in a much better position if she were not poor, as she would be able to afford private therapy. Atkinson welcomes the UK Labour Party's commitment to banning 0-hours contracts, but is skeptical of the party's ability to enforce such a ban. China claims world's fastest internet with 1.2 terabit per second network. Bloomberg. Chinese companies Huawei and China Mobile have built a 3,000 kilometers internet network connecting Beijing to southern China. The network, which the Chinese government claims is the world's first to achieve stable and reliable bandwidth of 1.2 terabits per second, was built entirely using Chinese technology. The network has passed various tests confirming the speed milestone, and its creation has been hailed as a technological breakthrough. Huawei has recently made headlines by releasing a 5G smartphone with a Chinese-made processor, prompting debate in Washington about how to contain China's technological advancements. The school where children are being asked to learn from home 1 day a week. The Sydney Morning Herald. Parents at Chevalier College, a Catholic school in New South Wales, Australia, are opposing plans for students in years 10 to 12 to learn remotely for 1 day each week. The principal said the proposal aimed to set up learners for success in the modern world, but parents said it would put pressure on families and cause disruption for students taking the HSC. The proposal comes a week after the Queensland Education Department released a policy allowing the number and length of school days to be altered. The NSW Department of Education said there are currently no plans for public schools in the state to introduce a 4-day school week. Texas bill gives state power to arrest and deport migrants. Wall Street Journal. Texas lawmakers have approved a bill allowing state authorities to arrest and jail migrants entering the U.S. from Mexico, and in some cases to deport them. The move represents a significant escalation of a long-running dispute between Texas and the federal government over border security and immigration. It is already illegal under federal law to cross into the U.S. outside of a designated port of entry. Critics argue that the new law is unconstitutional as immigration matters are the remit of the federal government. Acre helps Samford defeat Mississippi College 96-52. Associated Press. Samford University's basketball team, the Bulldogs, defeated Mississippi College with a final score of 96-52. Acre led the Bulldogs with 17 points, while Jermaine Marshall scored 14 points and made 4 steals. Lucas Heflin was the top scorer for Mississippi College with 12 points. Howard secures 64-53 victory against Boston University. Associated Press. Howard University's men's basketball team, the Bison, defeated Boston University 64-53 in a game on Tuesday night. Bryce Harris led the Bison with 19 points and 9 rebounds, while Seth Towns added 13 points and 6 rebounds. Miles Brewster scored 10 points for Boston University, and Nick Nobili contributed 9 points and 5 assists. The win improves Howard's record to 2-2, while Boston University falls to 0-3. Alabama woman with 2 wombs pregnant in both in rare case. The Independent. A woman with a rare condition called uterus didelphys is documenting her pregnancy in 2 uteruses. Kelsey Hatcher, from Alabama, has been documenting her journey on Instagram. Hatcher is one of the few people with uterus didelphys who is aware of her condition. The condition means that instead of the uterus forming as 2 ducts and fusing into 1 womb during embryo development, the fusion does not happen and the affected person may have 2 uteruses. Brutalism, concrete and car parks, what new towns say about Starmer's property revolution. Telegraph. UK Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has pledged to build new towns as part of a decade of renewal under Labour. However, residents of the 32 new towns built after World War II say that historic architecture was traded for car parks and shopping centres owned by offshore firms, and independent shops were forced out of high streets. The New Towns Act sought to provide homes for 500,000 people and create a new society. Successive governments have failed to build on the successes of towns such as Welwyn Garden City and Milton Keynes, with some towns struggling to thrive. Labour has pledged to build the next generation of new towns. Some residents feel the new towns lack community spirit or a sense of history, and say that infrastructure must be planned to connect the towns to big cities. Hello, I'm Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 dimensions. Today, I have some interesting news to share with you. Firstly, let's talk about the best books of 2023 in the field of economics. The Financial Times has compiled a list of recommended books covering a wide range of topics. From Plunder, Private Equity's Plan to Pillage America to Digital Empires, The Global Battle to Regulate Technology, these books offer different perspectives on important economic issues. So, if you're looking for some summer reading on economics, these books might be worth checking out. Next, we have news about Airfinity, a London-based startup that provides decision-makers with valuable health data. Their analytics and models have been used to track disease patterns and the pharmaceutical industry, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. While their predictions have not always been accurate, Airfinity's research has been useful for understanding the spread of the virus and estimating the impact of vaccines. It's great to see technology being used to provide valuable insights in the healthcare sector. Moving on to the winners of the Financial Times Tech Champions survey, we have some impressive companies making their mark in various sectors. From WorldRemit in banking and payments to Windracers in logistics, these companies are embracing disruptive events and developments, including AI. It's exciting to see the innovative solutions these companies are bringing to their respective industries. Now, let's talk about Copenhagen's rich history in movies and television. From Another Round to Torn Curtain, Copenhagen has served as a backdrop for many notable productions. These films and TV series showcase different aspects of the city, allowing visitors to explore its scenic waterfront areas, gritty streets, and historic landmarks. If you're a film buff, Copenhagen might just be the perfect destination for you. Shifting gears, we have news about Lachlan Murdoch taking over control of his father Rupert Murdoch's media empire. This comes with a legal entree waiting for Lachlan at Fox, as the company has faced expensive legal issues in recent years. From defamation settlements to lawsuits related to its coverage of the 2020 election, Fox is navigating a challenging legal landscape. It will be interesting to see how Lachlan handles these issues as he takes the reins of the media empire. In the tech sector, Swedish startup Imagi is addressing the gender imbalance by encouraging more girls to learn coding. Their Imagi Charm, a programmable LED display, aims to make programming fun and accessible for children aged 8 to 14. With 70% of its user base being female, Imagi is making a positive impact in the tech sector and helping to bridge the gender gap. On the topic of climate change, Silvera, a London-based carbon credit rating company, is aiming to bring more rigor to the carbon offset market. By verifying and investigating the claims made by projects, Silvera helps buyers make more informed purchases. This is important, as there have been questions about the veracity of projects' claims. With Silvera's platform, businesses can make a positive impact in reducing their carbon footprints. Let's shift our attention to a personal story from The Guardian. Rose Atkinson, who has spent almost 20 years working on zero-hours contracts, shares her experience and the impact it has had on her mental health. She believes that her mental health issues are related to her precarious employment situation and poverty. It's disheartening to see how precarious work can have such a detrimental effect on individuals, and it highlights the need for better protections for workers. In China, Huawei and China Mobile have built a 3,000 kilometers internet network connecting Beijing to southern China, claiming to achieve a stable and reliable bandwidth of 1.2 terabits per second. This technological breakthrough has sparked debate about how to contain China's technological advancements, particularly in Washington. It's clear that China is making significant strides in the tech sector, and it will be interesting to see how other countries respond. In education news, there is controversy surrounding a proposal for students at Chevalier College in Australia to learn remotely for one day each week. While the principal argues that this proposal is meant to set up learners for success in the modern world, parents are concerned about the pressure it will put on families and the disruption it will cause for students. This proposal comes at a time when there is ongoing discussion about the future of education and remote learning. Turning to Texas, lawmakers have approved a bill that allows state authorities to arrest and jail migrants entering the U.S. from Mexico, and in some cases, to deport them. This move escalates the long-running dispute between Texas and the federal government over border security and immigration. Critics argue that the new law is unconstitutional, as immigration matters are the responsibility of the federal government. This is a contentious issue that highlights the ongoing challenges surrounding immigration policy in the U.S. In sports, we have updates from the world of basketball. Samford University's Bulldogs defeated Mississippi College with an impressive score of 96-52, while Howard University's Bison secured a 64-53 victory against Boston University. These games showcase the talent and skill of these teams, and it's great to see them achieving success on the court. Lastly, we have a story about a woman from Alabama who is documenting her pregnancy in 2 uteruses. Kelsey Hatcher has a rare condition called uterus didelphys, which means she has 2 uteruses. She is sharing her journey on Instagram, offering a glimpse into her unique experience. It's fascinating to see how medical advancements and technology are allowing us to learn more about rare conditions and their impact on individuals. That's all the news I have for you today. Remember, I want to hear your thoughts and ideas too. What do you think about the best books of 2023 in economics? Are you excited about the technological advancements in China? Share your opinions and questions with me, Dr. Six. I'm here to listen and engage with all of you. Stay curious, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6 do brief via email.